Welcome back, hockey fans, to Royally Quacked and USA, USA, USA.
USA, USA. Yeah.
So,
I'm just curious, how many people were for that game last week?
we're at the game?
No, I said was up watching the game.
Oh, I don't know. I think it was quite a few. I know of quite a few people. And then, you know, we have church, and Mom and I run a ministry at the church, each of us different ones, and we have to be there like at 7:15. So I was watching it on my phone because first service I didn't really have to do much, and then it started at 7:40. Yeah, 7:40 for first service, and I think the game was over by then.
Mm-hmm.
And Pastor James announced the USA won and ruined it for a lot of people that were recording the game. He did it at every service, and cheered on USA.
Yeah, because I texted you at 7:54 that they won.
Or maybe he said
I don't
something.
know if that was. I can't remember if that was my first text of that day.
Yeah, I got up. It had just started when I got up. I didn't get up right at like 5:10. I got up at 5:15.
So, I got up at 5 and then went straight to my office to watch the game and close the door just in case if I started yelling.
Yeah. Very controversial when you think about how it was played. It just goes to show you, just because you play overall better doesn't mean you win.
Yeah. I'm not going to deny. I guess we could just go straight into talking about the game. So that was probably the best game I've ever watched. Ever. Like, the play was so great. Like, they were very physical in the first period. I mean, yeah, Canada was dominating for the most part in the game, but I mean, USA looked good at a lot of good times too. And they were saying like the grade A chances was only 13-8 in favor of Canada.
Only.
That's but like I mean,
that's like 40 or 50% more than what USA had. 13-8 is 50% more of 8 would be 4, and that would only be 12, and they had 13.
Yeah.
Just so shows, I mean,
shows you that.
Well,
but I mean, the main reason why there was one main reason why we won.
Hellebuck,
and you'll hear his name later too.
It was a great game.
Yes.
And it's so nice that USA wins. They played their hearts out. The thing is you can dominate, but if you don't follow through, I just think USA followed through a little better than Canada did.
Yeah.
And Hellebuck was incredible.
Jennifer Truby says hi. Hello,
hey, Jennifer.
Good morning and welcome to Royally Quacked.
He's quacked. I'm royal.
And let's see if I can pull up the screen share. No, it was this right here. The save.
Oh, that was fantastic.
I thought so when I first watched it. I just thought, I was like, wow, he missed it. And then they showed the replay, like, I can't remember, like 4 or 5 minutes later. And then I saw them like, oh, he saved that. I was like, holy moly. I was like, wow, that is the save of like, that was, I was like, wow, that was the save of the tournament, save of the year. Of course, this is my favorite one that someone posted. as a joke. I'm gonna show you right now. Let's see, screen share. A little fun at making fun of the Canadian guy that was touching the stone twice.
Oh, yeah, he did do it.
No, he did. So apparently, I didn't know this. I'm not a big curler expert or anything, but I guess in certain tournaments you can't touch the stone twice.
But not in the Olympics.
But not in the Olympics. Yes. So, like, I thought that was funny when I saw that. So shout out to the person that I screenshotted that with. But I found that hilarious. We were talking about it at work, and I found that, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna get a kick out of that. But yeah, just stood on his head in that game. He was fantastic, and no one can say now that he does not play big in big games. Like, he is. I mean, the one goal he gave up to McCarr, that was just a very pretty shot, like well placed and everything, and the buck was locked in.
I say it was. I know I was disappointed
So,
Kemper didn't play at all, but
okay, so we can also talk about that too. Like, you had someone on your team that didn't play once. And I mean, it's kind of normal. I think we expected Kemper to not really play because he was the third goalie, but Lacombe didn't see any ice, and a lot of people use their extra defensemen or forwards, and Lacombe didn't see not 1 second of ice.
Yeah, that's that. I agree with that. If you're going to ask him to play, give him a game against a team you're going to beat.
Yeah, like I feel like he could have easily played against either Latvia or Denmark. I think that
he's proven to be a high quality defenseman. They were going with the veteran presence that they had last year in the Four Nations, kind of. So they won the gold, so we can't really complain. But it's not any fun where you're sitting and not playing. When that's
100%.
what you want to play. I've had that happen in my past where, like, when I first started playing softball, if we got to the playoffs, all of a sudden I'm not playing. I'm sitting there watching, and I go, I hated that, So I got to tell you what it did. It definitely inspired me to really work on being a better player. And by the third season, I was leading off and one of the best players on the team. So, but I got to say, it probably did inspire me.
If we're talking about like basketball stuff, I think with my high school situation, I could have been a top offensive player and I still wouldn't even seen the court the way that the coaching was there at the time.
Yeah, he had his way.
Yeah.
And
I'm not naming names, but
the only problem that I saw with that is that system he had cost his team's games.
Yeah.
And it's funny, even before maybe you were a freshman that year. You remember that team that went to the quarterfinals, the varsity did. Because
that was my freshman year.
Okay. What was the name of the big guy that he all of a sudden wasn't playing very much, who was really a good player?
Oh, Greg?
Yeah. And me, I can't shut up. And
no.
And the varsity assistant coach was your head coach.
Yeah.
And I went up to him and I go, because that was my sport. I was all league in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, why aren't you guys playing Greg? He's 6'7", and the guy can shoot.
Yeah.
And it's an advantage that you guys have. He's not playing. And, I can't say I could take credit for it, but it wasn't too long after that. All of a sudden, he started playing more. And that's when they started playing really well. And
Yeah.
that was probably one of the best teams your high school ever had.
Yeah.
I think it probably is the best team they ever had. Unless, in the last, 10 years, they had a better team. I don't think so.
Honestly, I don't keep track of it anymore with that. But I just want to say the scoring for the gold Olympic game. So in the first period, at the 6 minute mark, Matt Boldy scores. Oh, that was a beautiful play. He flips the puck in the air, taps it down, and goes in between two defenders. And you know who the two defenders were? McCarr and Taves. So he goes right in between them, gets the puck, and gets a nice little breakaway and just slides it short side on Bennington, and that's how USA goes up 1-0.
So
And
what year in the draft was he? What year was that?
I want to say that he was the same draft as Zegras and
Turcotte?
Hughes. Yeah. I think he was like
10th or 12th or something like that.
Yes, I want to say.
And I go, because I remember that the juniors that year, and I'm going, why is that guy not off the board? Now I could understand why Zegras was ahead of him, and I could also understand why Turcotte was ahead of him then. But I really liked Boldy. And I go, could you imagine? I mean, do you think you guys would have traded him and like you traded Zegras? I mean, who knows what he would have been like? But I could tell you right now, Turcotte's become a good player.
Yeah.
But he's not a Boldy.
So I'm with Bold. Like, if we have Verbeek as a GM, if we had Boldy instead of Zegras, I think Boldy's more of a Verbeek player than Boldy's big. He's physical. He can play multiple ways. Zegras was more, offensive and not as physical.
Right.
So I think Boldy would have definitely stayed. So yeah, here's the draft order. Jack Hughes went 1 to New Jersey, and everyone thought, and the Rangers fans were happy because they wanted Capo. Look how that turned out.
Awful. For Rangers.
A lot of these, and it's funny, a lot of these players are not even with their draft teams anymore. So Jack Hughes still with the Devils. Cabo Caco's no longer with the Rangers. He's with the Kraken. Kirby Dach was third to Chicago. I think he's
Montreal, right?
Yeah, he's in Montreal. Bowen Byron went to Colorado. Now he's in
Buffalo.
Yep. Turcotte went 5 to LA, still there. Cider, Detroit, still there. But that was a great pick, and
that was.
They were saying, yeah, I will give him that. Good job on that pick. Dylan Cousins went 7 to Buffalo,
and I would take Dylan Cousins over Turcotte. Easy.
Yeah. Now he's with Ottawa. Philip Broberg went 8 to Edmonton, and now he's with St. Louis. Zegras went 9 to the Ducks. Now he's with Philly. Vasily Podkolzin went 10 to Vancouver. He's now with Edmonton. Victor Soderstrom went to Arizona. I think where is he? I don't know where he's at now.
And don't worry about
it. They're saying he's with Boston. And now Matthew Boldy went 12, went to Minnesota.
Oh,
and I'll just do the Yeah, you did. I knew it was I wasn't saying you were wrong, actually.
Oh, I wasn't sure I was right. That's what I remember.
I knew, when you said 12, I'm like, I'm pretty sure it was 12. Spencer Knight went 13 to Florida. Now he's with Chicago. I'm gonna go all the way to 15 because there's another important player. Cam York to Philly at 14, and then Cole Caulfield went number 15 overall.
And he's
and he
another
went to
one. He was another one that I wish we would have picked up. Him,
Thomas Harley went
Sider,
18.
Boldy, all went after Turcotte. All of them are better players than Turcotte.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing against Alex Turcotte. He's an NHL player, that's elite status as it is. But if anybody wants to debate that, I don't think there will be one person that all those players are a better player currently than Alex Turcotte is. So
yeah,
and even Zegras.
So and then yeah, oh yeah, especially this year alone, Zegras. I will say Zegras, except for that stupid slashing thing he did. But back to the USA Canada game, because we went on a whole tangent about Matthew Boldy, but no, it's fine. That's why we're here. Cale Makar at the 38-16 mark in the second period ties it up with a goal. Devon Taves with the lone assist. So now we're tied 1-1. We start the third period, and Sam Bennett took a horrible high sticking penalty and just whacked Jack Hughes in the face. And that's why you saw the missing teeth. He chipped a tooth. And then it's funny because then in the middle of that 4-minute power play that they had, because it was a 4-minute minor, Jack ended up high sticking someone. And then we end the regulation, and then we go into overtime. And at 61-41, 3-on-3 overtime. And it's funny because my desk right here is a standing desk, so I can move it up and down. When overtime started, I had this thing. I moved my chair off to the side. I'm like, I cannot sit for this. I have to stand, which I do like about this desk is I can stand if I need to stand.
I have that same kind of desk at work.
So it really helped because I was like, okay, I need to stretch my legs. I was just glued to the TV watching this game. Like I had people I was getting notifications on my phone. And if someone texted me, I don't know who it was, but I was just, I kid you not, I was like this, just at the game. And I swear at the end of the game, I was like this, I kept doing this on certain plays and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna look like my dad at the end of this game and everything. I was glued. I could not take my eyes off the screen. So I love that.
Thank you for the slap in the face, son.
Oh, you embrace it. Shut up. God made perfect heads and they put hair on the rest. Yeah, don't say it. Yeah, exactly.
So I speak the truth. What can I say?
Anyways, so we go into overtime, and Jack Hughes makes he made a great defensive play on Connor McDavid of all people, and then chips the puck up. Zach Werenski is fighting for the puck with Nathan McKinnon, and who comes streaking on the other side all alone is Jack Hughes. Werenski slides it over, and Jack Hughes goes 5-hole on Binner, and that is the golden goal.
Yeah, USA, USA.
I cried watching it. It was so I was so happy. I was a little tearful, and then what really made the tears really flow is when they brought Johnny Gaudreau's kids on the ice and everything. I was like, oh crap! I just tears. Yeah, it was such a great game. If you guys can go back and watch it, go back and watch it. I highly recommend it. It was
that's going to be in the record books for a long time, bud.
No,
it's only the third time we've won out of all these years
on the anniversary of the Miracle on Ice.
Yes, it was destiny, bud. I'm gonna tell you that destiny, and
on George Washington's birthday.
And your mom came up and she goes, "If they don't give Hellebuck the MVP,
oh no,
they're wrong." And I'm sitting there going, "Well, Jack Hughes scores the winner. Is that would they do that?" I go, I totally agreed with your mom.
No, 100%.
And then a little later, I saw that they gave him because I stopped watching. We had things to do, so at
Yeah.
church and stuff. And I let her know that Hellebuck won it. That made her
Well,
happy.
no, he didn't. He didn't win MVP.
He won MVP of the game.
There is no MVP of the game. They don't.
Oh,
he was probably the first star of the game.
No, they called him the MVP of the game.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. But
it was even on the ESPN app. Hellebuck won the MVP of the game.
Okay, of the game. So here's the 2026 player awards for the Olympics. MVP of the tournament was Connor McDavid.
Well, and given.
Yeah.
He was incredible.
Best forward, Connor McDavid. Best defenseman, Quinn Hughes. And best goalie was Damian Clara. No, I'm just kidding. It was Connor Hellebuck.
Good joke, kid.
Yeah. And then the 2026
he does have a sense of humor.
Yeah. In 2026, the All-Star team. So here's the first team. Macklin Celebrini, Connor McDavid, and Uri Slafkovsky is the forwards. Quinn Hughes, Cale Makar are the defensemen, and then Connor Hellebuck was the goalie. That's the team of the tournament.
Wow. I can't disagree with that.
Yeah. And then so we mentioned, Doughty and Kemper got silver, and then Lacombe got gold, but there's two other Kings that got medals that we should also praise. Goaltending coach Mike Buckley for the Kings got gold with Team USA. I mean, it's pretty easy to win a gold if you got Hellebuck in goal like that.
Well, let's think about that. What kind of year is Hellebuck really having?
I don't think it's really him.
Well, but he's not having that Vezina. Yeah. What, the last 2 years he was a Vezina Trophy winner. He came in having to prove something.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're on the spot like that, you play mind games and you fail. And I got to tell you, he was fantastic. Fantastic.
All tournament.
So
yeah,
kudos to him. I know what you're going to say next.
Yeah, and then Darren Granger, he is the head equipment manager for Team Canada. He also won a silver medal. So I just wanted to, congratulate them because I know the coaches don't get medals, but you're still part of a medaling team.
It was Sullivan, right?
What's that?
Sullivan was the coach, right?
For USA, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So USA sweeps gold, and that was the first time Team USA has won both men's and women's gold medals.
Wow.
In the Olympics.
And the women were
they
were dominant until the gold medal game.
No, they were still dominant in the gold medal game. It was just Canada. You knew Canada was going to play better than they did in the pool play game.
Yeah,
but
the
women's they
dominated. They were missing a key player, and that key player makes a huge difference in how the women's Canada team played.
Yeah,
but they gave USA everything they could handle, and it was getting close to maybe a 1-0 shutout win until the captain made that tip. So, and I know we talked about that last week. So,
and then one last thing before we head into Ducks and Kings stuff is this great picture right here of Connor Hellebuck having the Secretary of Defense sign, and then I'm gonna spoil one of the notes, but let's see, where is it? Right here. Donald Trump announced that Connor Hellebuck will be presented with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is, I think, the first time a hockey player or even an athlete has ever got that award.
Mom's saying, don't forget who got a bronze medal.
No, I know. I was gonna get there. Yeah, so Mikael Granlund did captain Team Finland to a dominating bronze medal game. I believe they won 5-1. So congratulations to Mikael Granlund on that. I know he was very proud, very happy to be able to captain Team Finland to a medal. Which, and like I said, and a lot of people counted them out.
There was somebody else on Team Finland.
I don't know. I'm just kidding. Joel Armia won gold medal as well.
And he played well.
He did play very well.
He is surprisingly way better. He's one of the bright spots for the Kings this year. I mean,
one of the very few bright spots.
I go, we got him to be a penalty killer, and he ends up being one of our better players.
Which is kind of, I hate to say it, like, good on Armia, but kind of sad on the other end.
Well, yeah. Well, don't depress me now, but
well, I mean, that's don't blame me. It's blame your team.
Well, you remember when the Ducks signed Granlund? I go, that was a great pickup.
I was happy about it.
I've always liked him.
I did not like him in Nashville. That's all I'm going to say, just because he was on Nashville. But we'll go into Ducks news right now.
Because you have so much.
Yeah, I know. Because there's still not much to go off of. But like the next week, we're gonna have a lot of news already because we got the trade deadline on Friday. But head coach Joe Quenneville became just the second coach in NHL history to reach 1,000 wins, joining Scotty Bowman. So, what a great accomplishment.
Scotty Bowman's probably the greatest coach ever.
Yeah, well, I mean, he still has 243 wins, more than Quenneville.
Yeah, but he also has a lot of cups.
Yes. How many cups does he have?
I'm not sure. Montreal. He got cups in Montreal. Got cups in Detroit when Detroit was just so dominant. I don't really know. I mean, something you could look up.
I'm looking it up right.
So while you're looking that up,
wow.
I'll just go to.
All right.
You want to do it? Go ahead.
Yeah, guess.
8.
Close. I will give you. I will give it to you. 9 Stanley Cups. 5 with the Canadiens, 73, 76, 77, 78, and 79. 1 with the Penguins in 92. And then 3 with the Red Wings, 97, 98, and 2002.
Greatest.
He also won 5 times as a member of an organization's front staff, too. Yeah, he won it, consultant with the 2008 Red Wings, senior advisor of hockey operations with the Blackhawks for their 3 wins.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, and then he was a director of player development in '91 with the Penguins.
That's an incredible career.
Yeah,
that's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah.
So we'll move on to Kings news.
Yep.
Of course, part of Kings of the podcast, Dennis Bernstein. And this says a fourth period because he is a writer, confirms that the LA Kings and the Montreal Canadiens spoke about Patrick Laney. But there wasn't really a good fit, and the Kings have pivoted other directions. And right now we have no idea what that is.
Honestly, I think stay away from Laney.
I right now, I'm going to tell you, Kings fans, if we're going to get a player that can be significant for the next 3 or 4 years and not break the bank, make the trade. Otherwise, let's just play out the season, hopefully get a little bit higher draft pick, maybe get lucky and get a guy like Caulfield or something. I'd rather do that than trade away everybody. And then you got Panarin and that guy are the only guys who can play. Anyway, so we'll move on to that. And we now know what the price was for the number 72 for Artemi Panarin.
Let's see, do I have?
I know Bailey asked for a Rolls Royce, and
he asked for a Rolls Royce.
He did, and Panarin kind of looked at him and he goes, I'm probably a future Hall of Famer, and you're in a suit, looks like a lion.
Did I not
But they
save
did,
the?
but they
Oh,
did come in.
here
They
it is.
did come in, and they agreed on a Rolex. So I do have a question, Bailey. Why do you need a Rolex? You're a lion.
Because kings deserve.
Royalty, right?
Yeah,
Rolex is like a royal watch.
yeah. So here it is.
Yeah,
So Bailey he didn't just give him they share the number now.
I know. The price to be able to share the number.
Yeah.
And honestly, who really cares? I mean,
Yeah.
are we disappointed that they share the number? I'm not. It was a great marketing ploy. I
Yeah.
give the Kings credit for that. I mean, making it a little bit fun for him to get number 72. That was fun. And you know, if people would just pay attention to hockey a little bit more, they would see what a great sport it really is. There's so many people that just don't know how much fun hockey can be. I mean,
Yeah.
you got, and it's brutal. The game is brutal. There's a lot of hitting. You think football's bad? These guys they don't have 30-second breaks between each play. So, it's every bit as exciting as football or any other sport. In fact, I'd rather watch hockey than any other sport. Now,
I 100% agree with
so
that.
so I saw this in a reel on Facebook, so I thought I would share it. Kings fans, what do you think? Warren Fogle for Andrew Mangiapane. Would you make this trade? I know I would probably make it in a second. I'm just going to be honest with you. Mangiapane he's more of a goal scorer than Fogle is. And Fogle's he's in the doghouse. I mean, I know he's been playing here a little bit more lately, but he hasn't been playing that much because he just wasn't producing like the last year was. So
let's see. I don't think they can make that trade work.
oh, money wise?
Money wise, because let's see. He made wait, hold on, 3.6. How much does Fogel make?
He makes about the same. 3.5, I think.
Okay, they could make it work. Actually, the trade would work.
I think that's why it was said. Here's my question to all you Kings fans. How much longer is Hiller going to be the coach?
I don't know. I heard fire Hiller chants.
Oh well, no, it's huge. Ladies, have you ever gone to the baby shower and you get to predict when the baby's born? This is sort of like that, only in hockey terms. and now some not good news. Forward Joel Armia did not return to the game due to an upper body injury. And also Drew Doughty. I'm not sure if those were the same two games or
it was the same game.
And Drew Doughty, he won't return for a lower body injury. So not only are we're playing like we're a rented mule, now we've got two of our better players not playing.
Yeah.
And it's getting to the point, where are we going and how are we going to get there? Somebody needs to make a decision. And yeah, it took the Ducks a little while to figure out we just need to totally rebuild. And the only problem with that, you're pretty crappy for a few years. But if you do it right, and I got to tell you, I think the Ducks did it really right. Look at all the young talent that they have. I mean, have they really missed badly on their picks? I don't think badly. Maybe there might have been a player might have done a little better for them, but I haven't searched it out because almost every one of them is playing pretty good.
Yeah.
And I got to say, oh my God, wow. That kid is incredible.
Who?
Oh my God.
Who's oh my God?
Oh, think about
Oh,
it.
got it. Okay.
Yeah. Seneca. Oh my. I'm saying, oh my. I mean, I saw him poke check last night. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I got home. Nobody was home. I put the game on, and I got it. Before I finish that, I'm going to come. Victory Plus. It doesn't work on our TVs very well. It works on my phone, but I mean, it constantly stopping and then coming back. It was irritating, but he made a
You,
poke check on somebody last night, and it
you
was
weren't the
like,
only one.
well, I know it's not working. That's
Yeah.
not working. That's frustrating. Now, it did work on my phone. I watched the last like 5 minutes in the third period, all the exciting part on my phone because it was. I love hockey, but that was driving me crazy that it kept pausing and then coming back. I ended up when I put it on my phone, I was a minute and a half behind
Yeah.
on
No,
my TV.
I had the same exact issue last night. I watch on my computer like 95% of the time. It was great until and then right when overtime started, I just got the loading screen. I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what? And it was just as overtime was starting. So I'm like, crap. And so I freaking went on my phone, started up so I could start watching it. I restarted my computer and tried to get it going. And sure enough, and just as I loaded everything on is when the goal happened. I don't want to spoil my recap on the game.
Okay, we'll move past that. Yeah.
So,
So not everybody's frustrated with Victory Plus then.
yes.
I haven't watched it that much lately because the Ducks have been on 13 a lot. And sometimes at work when I'm there alone, I won't have the sound on, but I'll have the game when I'll look at it every once in a while I'm doing work, and
Yeah.
I'll watch the game but not listen to it because I don't want to be totally distracted. I want to get my work done.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do what all you Duck fans, please don't hate me. I like to watch the Ducks play. I mean, if you're playing us, I want you to lose, of course. Hey, Kevin, how are you?
Hey, Kevin.
Unless you're a Kings fan. Okay, I love that, Kevin. I mean, how many? I mean, if I only could see all your hands up, Kings fans, how many of you were just disgusted at the game the other night? Oh my God, I actually, when it got 5-1, I turned it off. I turned it off.
Okay, well, let's finish news and then we'll talk. We'll go into recaps.
Okay, you start or I?
I'll start. Paul Coffey is returning to the Oilers coaching staff on the bench. I think this was just like a vibes move. He works really well with the defensemen guys, so I think that's what it is.
Obviously we saw what Quenneville's done with the Ducks, having the right coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Coffey, Edmonton was very successful with Coffey on the coaching staff.
Yeah.
I wonder if he got a Rolex. Okay, David Pagnotta is reporting that Andrew Mangiapane is expected to be traded by the deadline and that the Oilers remain in talks with several teams regarding him. Go Kings, go.
Yeah, honestly, he was a pest when they were playing against the Ducks.
Well, it was just a few years ago he was scoring 35 goals.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, 30 to 35 goals. How many guys actually do that?
None on the Kings.
Yeah, that's true. Do you guys have a 30-goal guy yet?
Not yet. The last one we had was Vetrano a couple years ago.
Yeah, he had 37, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next bit of news is according to Ian Kennedy, a PWHL expansion announcement could be coming by the end of April. I'm kind of hoping we get like a Southern California team.
Yeah, that would be. The girls' play is incredible. I mean,
Yes,
Team USA was just wow.
dominant. Like, they were just
Yeah,
unlike any other team. It was crazy.
yeah, probably one of the best teams we've. I bet you it was the best team we have ever had.
Yeah,
Miko Ratinen has been placed on the IR retroactive to February 20th. That's a huge hit for the Stars. Huge hit.
yeah. Seattle Kraken have extended Ryan Winterton to a 2-year, $1.125 million AAV contract extension, and also Ben Myers to a 2-year, $1 million AAV contract extension.
And here's the news that thank you, Cody, for already spoiling. Donald Trump announced that Connor Hellebuck will be presented with a Presidential Medal of Freedom. I got to say it anyways,
Yeah.
even though you took it away. Even though you took it away from me.
Yep. Penguins captain Sidney Crosby is expected to miss a minimum of 4 weeks with the lower body injury. Something we didn't talk about when we were discussing the gold medal game is there was no Sidney Crosby in that game. So Connor McDavid had a captain again.
Let me ask you, would that made a difference?
I think it could have.
I have a you're talking. He's
face off alone.
He's 38 years old and plays like he's 22 still.
Yeah.
I mean, in face-offs alone, he wins more than anybody ever since. God, what was the guy from Boston? Bergeron, right?
Yeah.
Patrice Bergeron. Ever since he retired, Sidney Crosby, I think, has led the NHL almost every year in face-off wins. He's incredible. So on Wednesday, 2/25, the Lightning have announced that John Cooper will not be behind the bench that night or the next night due to the passing of his father. You know, we have prayers and comfort to you, John, and your whole family. I know how it feels to lose your dad. I lost mine a long time ago, and I do think of him very often. Sometimes daily. I had a great dad who gave me a lot of great advice, which I wish I would have listened to sooner.
Yeah.
Hint, hint,
hint. Kevin says in the chat, I'm not normally a political guy, but Jack Hughes for president. No, I'm sorry. I'm going Connor Hellebuck for president. We'll always be protected.
I get it. Good, Cody. Not bad.
You.
Yeah.
The Rangers have claimed forward Ty Cartier off waivers from the Kraken. So good. I'm glad he's out of the conference, out of our division. I did not like that him. Good riddance. Go look in New York.
Yes, and the Penguins have traded defenseman Brett Kulak to the Avalanche for defenseman Samuel Girard and a 2028 second-round pick.
That was a great trade, honestly, for both teams.
Yeah. I guess, Kulak's just a little bit better, but in my mind, I always think of them pretty equal.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong with stats and everything, but just when we played them, you hear their names and, they're always making plays.
Yeah.
So
and Brett Kulak was part of the Tristan Jarry trade to go from Pittsburgh to Edmonton. He went from Edmonton to Pittsburgh. He was kind of like to help the salary kind of work. And then now him going to Colorado for Girard, now the cap hit really helps the Avalanche because Girard was making $5 million a year. Kulak's only making $2.75 million. So they gained.
So really, the second round pick was for the money.
I would say it was like, hey, like help us
Hey,
take this cap hit off, kind of
you know,
thing.
yeah, we'll take the cap hit off, and we'll give you a second round pick to do it.
Plus, I think Colorado needed a more physical kind of defenseman, and Gerard wasn't physical. So, yeah, I think he's on his last year. Yeah, he's Brett Kulik's on his last year, and Gerard still has another year on a contract. So he's this year and next year.
Okay.
So, and then where's get back to the notes.
We're going to game recaps now.
Game recaps. I'll let you go first. So you can get your games done and over with.
So I'm doing them all.
No, we'll switch off. Just you start.
Oh, okay. I can do that. Oh. And I went out for a second there. I'm gonna have to talk to my internet company, I think.
Yeah.
The scoring gets started off just a little over halfway through the first period when Pavel Dorvaev. God, these names are
Skoradev is what everyone calls him.
Oh, yeah, it's 27th goal from Lazinski, his third, and Smith his eighth on a wrist shot, and it's 1-0 Golden Knights. But Quentin Byfield on the power play gets his 12th from Panarin, his 39th, and Clark his 22nd at the 14:31 mark, and it's 1-1.
Also, Panarin's first point as a King.
That's true. That's true. And the thing is, I mean, I don't know. I watched the game.
Did you watch the goal, that play?
Yeah. It went off his skate.
Yeah.
It went off his skate, and then he moved his foot.
Yeah, it was weird.
But he really didn't direct it.
No, he didn't.
And I think the video team for the Golden Knights go, oh, we don't want to go on a PK because it wasn't a kick. It wasn't
a kicking. So like the puck went like this and went, and then he like went forward, like it bounced.
Yeah,
and the kicking motion after.
It was just kind of weird. But you know what? We need to get him kick-started anyways. I don't know if y'all realize.
Pun intended.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, that wasn't intended. Oh,
I was like, ha ha.
Maybe my subconscious was, but yeah. I wasn't.
I see what you did there, Dad. I see what you did there.
Anyways, they got Byfield playing forward right now.
I saw that.
I know, and he's still doing some face-offs. And I don't know if it was this game or the other game. When I looked, even though he's playing forward, the one game, and it was not over with yet, but he was 3-0 in face-offs when I looked that time. So, and that's one thing he was weak at as center is face-offs. So, we're going to see where that goes. Then we go to the second period, and who scores but Adrian Kempe gets his 21st, like that number.
I'm sorry, did you see that? That was such a pretty play.
It was a very pretty play. Very
pretty play. Just Panarin to Kopi to Kempe. I was like, wow, that was pretty.
Yeah. And Kopi got his 17th assist. Panarin his 40th, his second as a King. And after two periods, the Kings are up 2-1. And then we go to the third period, and the rented mule came out. Colton Sissons got his 4th from Bowman, his 14th, and Aiden Hill, the goalie, got his first assist of the season to tie the game at the 8:07 mark, 2-2. Then, this guy, he seems to hurt the Kings. I don't care who he plays for. Brandon Saad gets his 3rd from Sissons, his 4th, and Holtz his 6th. Now, are you hearing these names? You're not hearing Eichel. You're not hearing,
I was going to say that at the end.
you're not hearing. They were down 5 of their best players. Hannafin's not in there. Marner's not in there.
So
Okay.
no Hannafin, no Eichel, no Marner, no Theodore, and no Stone.
Yeah. So they're missing like 5 of their best players, and now it's 3-2 Golden Knights. Then Riley Smith gets his 10th. From Lazinski, his 4th, and McNabb his 2nd. Oh, ex-King Brandon McNabb. He has been with the Golden Knights since they started. And so now it's 4-2. And it was looking bleak, but Quentin Byfield gets his 13th from Kuzmenko his 11th at the 13:26 mark, and at least brings the Kings back in the game. Then Skoriev scores his 28th on the power play from Lazinski his 5th. I mean, look at these guys. I don't even know who he is, to be honest with you. He's got, what, 3 assists in this game? And it's only his 5th for the season, and Bowman is 15th to put him up 5-3. I got to at least say the Kings did attempt. They did come back at least a little bit each time. Brandon Clark gets his 7th from Kempe his 27th and Kuzmenko his 12th. It's 5-4. But Barbashev scores an empty netter at the 1932 mark from Hurdle his 28th and McNabb his 3rd. The final is 6-4. Golden Knights. And the Rented Mule gave up 5 goals in the 3rd period. So let's go to the game stats. Shots were 25-19 in favor of the Golden Knights. Hey, the Kings won the faceoff, 53.8 to 46.2. The Golden Knights were 1 for 2 on the power play. The Kings were 1 for 1. Wow, that made our percentage go up. But hits, Golden Knights 26, Kings 24. I think the Kings are really low on hits and block shots this year, and I think that may be one of the biggest difference why they're not playing well. We need to hit and we need to block shots. That's why we're giving up more goals. We're not getting in front of the puck. Now here's the block shots. Golden Knights 24, Kings 14. Giveaways, Kings 13, Golden Knights 8. Takeaways. Hey, we won this one 5-3. Way to go, Kings. And the 3 players of the game, 3rd star from the Kings, Quentin Byfield with 2 goals. 2nd star was Colton Sissons with a goal and assist. And 1st star is Skoriev with 2 goals. On to your first game, Cody.
All right, on to our first game. So the Ducks host the really mad Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers. So the scoring got started very quick in this game, but not the way Ducks fans wanted. Jack Roslovic with the 16th of the year. The scoring started at 13 seconds into the game. First shot, first play, really. So 1-0 Edmonton. And then at the 9:03 mark, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins gets his 14th of the year. Honestly, this was just a great play by McDavid and a great shot by Nugent-Hopkins. Like, it was just a very top shelf. He had a very tiny opening and he hit it pretty much on Dostal. So it's 2-0 Edmonton. And then at the 10:03 mark, Ian Moore someone passed it across and Ian Moore just came up, just slopped the puck straight on net and it went in. It was, I don't know how it went in, but it did. I think it should have been an easy save for Jari, but nonetheless, Ian Moore gets the scoring started for the Ducks. Harkins and Johnston with the assist on that. That was Ian Moore's 3rd goal of the season. Harkins' 3rd assist and Johnston's 11th assist. And then we move into the second period, down 2-1. And then Alex Killorn on the power play cleans up the dirty area, gets his 8th of the year. That was Leo Carlson's 27th assist, and McTavish's 18th assist. And I don't know if I mentioned that was Killorn's 8th goal. And we're tied 2-2 at the 3:01 mark. And then, sure enough, again, and this is just before the second period happened, ended. Zach Hyman gets a goal, makes it 3-2 at the 18:45 mark on a tip in. And then Evan Bouchard gets just a nice little open shot, and that was the 16th of the year. And that was at the 19:20 mark. So it's 4-2 Edmonton going into the third period. Not pretty. And then, but luckily, Leo Carlson's back from injury, and he's looking better than ever. He scores to get the scoring start in the third at the 1:30 mark in the third. His 19th goal of the season. Truba his 17th and Kreider's 12th. So it's 4-3 Edmonton. And then what about not even 90 seconds later, Olin Zellweger gets on the board on a nice slap shot from the blue line, ties it up 4-4. That was Zellweger's 7th goal of the year, Gudas' 10th assist, and Troy Terry's 32nd assist. So now we're tied 4-4. But then Matt Savoy gets the scoring on the power play for Edmonton to make it 5-4. That was his 10th of the year. And then Buckets, as we call him, the future Calder Trophy winner, Beckett Seneca, gets his 19th goal of the year, ties it up. Lacombe gets his 32nd assist on a nice snapshot play from Seneca. And then at the 18:46 mark, and by the way, on that Beckett Seneca goal, they pulled Tristan Jarry. And then at the 18:46 mark, this had been one of the prettiest passes I've ever seen in a hockey game from Leo Carlson. Leo Carlson literally threads a needle with this pass and gets it all the way to Cutter. Cutter kind of misses the first shot, but luckily it hits a skate, gets his composure, and then puts in the back of the net to make it 6-5 Anaheim. And that was Cutter Gautier's 26th goal of the year. That was Leo.
Struggling between assist and goal there, kid.
Yes. Well, no, not assist. It was the 26th. Sixth. That was Leo Carlson's 28th assist and Chris Kreider's 13th assist. And that is your game winner, game, set, match. Ducks win 6-5 in regular time over the Edmonton Oilers. And that was the Ducks' 8th multi-goal comeback of the season. And that was tied for second best in franchise history.
Wow.
3 stars of the game. You have Alex Killorn as the third star with the 1 goal. Connor McDavid was the number 2 star with 2 assists, which I think Matt Savoy should have been the number 2 star because he had 3 points. And then the number 1 star, of course, is Uncle Leo Carlson. 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points. The stats, the Ducks did outshoot Edmonton 29-27. Face-off percentage 58-42. Edmonton was 1 for 2 on the power play. Ducks were 1 for 5. We did out-hit them 23-21. We had more block shots, 15-11, but also more giveaways, 24-15, and 8 takeaways to 5 for Anaheim. And the Ducks win this season. Actually, no, sorry, we did not. We're tied for the season series right now at 1 apiece. Our next game is on March 28th. And that's going to be a very early game, Pacific time. That's at 12:30. All right. Wait, can you hear me?
I can hear you. You went out for a second.
Yeah, I know my mic went out. They do have a watch party. The Ducks have a watch party at Brewery X, and I'm gonna try to go to that game. At the Brewery X.
When is that?
March 28th, Saturday.
Okay. You might want to let them know the date.
I did. I said it earlier.
Oh, I
didn't.
Unless
cut out before.
Maybe
March 28th is when they play again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Penguins won that goalie trade, don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So thanks for making Edmonton mad.
Anytime.
The rented mule came out and brought 10 of his buddies for this next game. So, Kings, Edmonton, first period, scoring at 7:25. Ty Emberson gets a second from Roslovic, his 10th, and Savoy his 12th. 1-0 Edmonton. Then at the 8:19 mark, but how do you say that? Pakolson? He gets his 13th from it. What? Say that again.
Podkolzin.
Podkolzin.
Adam's in the chat now. He said, "Crap, totally spaced out. Missed the first hour." Man, I would say 95% of the time we start at 10 a.m. and you know that. And I said, but love that LA Edmonton game.
You're very sick, Adam. Okay, so now it's 2-0 Edmonton, and then Warren Fogle gets a 7th from Edmondson, his 15th at the 12:15 mark. It's 2-1. Then roll out all those rented mules. We're going to go to the second period. Mangiapane gets a 7th from Hyman, his 15th, and Ekholm his 24th. 3-1 Edmonton. Connor McDavid gets his 35th from Hyman, his 16th. It's 4-1 Edmonton. Then Hyman on the power play gets his 24th from Draisaitl, his 52nd, and Bouchard, his 50th. Each of those guys, besides Panarin, who scored most of his points with another team, have more assists than any King has points. And then you throw McDavid in there, and probably half the other at Edmonton, they outscore anybody on the Kings. So now it's 5-1 Edmonton, and that's how the second period ends. Then Draisaitl on the power play in the third period puts Edmonton up 6-1 from his 30th from McDavid. Wallman gets a 6 from Savoy, his 13th, and Draisaitl his 53rd to make it 7-1. And then Wallman again gets his 7th from Draisaitl his 54th, and that's how the game ends at 8-1. Oh my God. I mean, I think the arena was empty before the game even finished. Let's go to the stats.
Edmonton on their way out, they're saying fire Hiller.
Yeah, well, it's going to happen.
Fire Hiller.
I think they need to do that. The sooner the better. I mean, obviously, we see how a good coach. Look at what Anaheim became after they put a good coach behind the bench. It makes a huge difference. So, but 37 shots to 22. You know, we got totally manhandled in the faceoff circle. 66.7% to 33.3. Power play. They were at 66.7% on the power play. They were 2 for 3. We were 0 for 2. We did out hit them. Wow, 21-11. But they blocked 14 shots. We blocked 11. We gave away 12. They gave away 11. Takeaways, they had 4. We had 3. 3 stars of the game. It has to be all Edmonton because the Kings were already out of the building when they announced it. Wallman was a 3rd star with 2 assists. Hyman was the 2nd star with a goal and 2 assists. Draisaitl was the 1st star with a goal and 3 assists. And bringing in Panarin, I mean, he looks good, but it really isn't helping us win. We got dominated on this game. It's to me, it's just sad. It was frustrating. I turned it off. I think 5-1. I had a frustrating week. I didn't want more frustration, so I just turned it off. And I usually don't do that, but I did. I'll be honest, I did. So,
Adam put in the chat, I do know that, but I totally spaced on what day it was. Wanted to join in on the Olympic talk. Well, that was the beginning of the podcast. Yeah, the part that you did miss. But if you
Yeah. Hey, Adam, you're as good looking as Hiller as a coach.
Adam, if you want to join in, I can send you the link if you want to join in and talk after we're done with the recaps and everything. Adam also says Hiller's doing a great job, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know. You're as good looking as he is a good coach.
Now here's a. All right,
I got
Adam,
to pick back at you, Adam. Sorry.
Now here's the thing. Would you, if you had a start, bench, or cut these three coaches, who would you pick? Dallas Eakins, Gray Cronin, Jim Hiller.
I don't think I'd want to start any of them. I'd want to cut all three of those.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, Hiller's been more successful than the other two.
I'm as pretty as a garden gnome.
Yeah, that pray for a plane crash. Thank you, Adam. That's just bad choices. I mean, but Hiller does have a better record than the other two coaches do. So you'd probably have to start him, and that depresses me.
Adam, if you scan the QR code, you could join the stream if you want. You're more than welcome to always come on. All right, but we'll go into the Ducks Jets game. So again, not a good start for the Ducks. First shot of the game for the Jets goes right on net, right in back of the net. IXL Follow scores his 10th of the season at the 124 mark. And then, so it's 1-0 Winnipeg after the first period. So we go into the second period. It's like these former Kings just keep coming to haunt us. Velarde on the power play scores his 23rd of the year to make it 2-0 Winnipeg. Luckily, Jacob Trouba helped us out and got the scoring start for us, his 10th of the year, to make it 2-1 Winnipeg. That was his 10th goal of the year, Tim Washy's second assist, and that was at the 19-19 mark. So literally just before the second period. And then third period, Elias Salomonson. God, you try saying that name, Dad. I want to hear you try to say that name. This is the goal that really pissed a lot of us Ducks fans off. And I know I probably complain about it too much, but last night it was too obvious on how bad the refs were. And the refs missed an obvious tripping penalty on because McTavish got tripped. Like, stick between the legs, he fell, puck was going into the Jets immediately, and then they scored like 20 seconds after, if that, maybe sooner. So a lot of Ducks fans were not happy about that goal right there. So that made it 3-1 Winnipeg. And that was also Solomonson's first career goal.
Solomonson.
Okay, I got it now.
You asked me to say it. I did.
After I probably said it right. All right, anyways. But Uncle Leo helps us out again. His 20th of the season on the power play. Lacombe's 33rd assist and Seneca's 27th assist to make it 3-2 Winnipeg. And that was at the 6:32 mark. And then Pavel Minchikov gets scoring his 7th of the season. That was Beckett Seneca's 28th assist and Drew Hellison's 10th assist. And now we're tied 3-3. And then what I think is the play of the game. Or, I would say, play of the game. Ryan Poehling goes 1-on-4. He's a solo man. Takes on 4 Jets players, gets behind one, then it goes like 1-on-3, and just snaps it right across Hellebuck, far side, and takes the lead. Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna send Adam he's gonna join us. Give me a second, Adam. Hold on. Let me get to my Gmail. And then let's see. Do I already have it now? Let's see. Pod. All right, give me a second. Hold on. Sorry, everyone. I'm trying to add Captain of Chaos. Sent. All right. Back to our scheduled programming. Pavel Minchikov, Ryan Poehling gets his 6th goal of the year. Like I said, just a pretty play that he had. Koloran gets his 12th assist and Minty's 10th assist. So now Anaheim's up 4-3, and that was at the 1650 mark. And then the Jets pull their goalie, and then somehow Kyle Connor gets wide open net, and he puts it in. So now we're tied 4-4, and that was at the 8 mark. And then we go into overtime. Or I would say is the second best play of the game, where Beckett Seneca just walks the defender who lays out to prevent the pass going across on his stomach, and just lays out. And Beckett Seneca just drags the puck back, goes around, and kind of gets Hellebuck to kind of come out a little bit. And then that's when Hellebuck slides it right over to Kreider, and Kreider has a wide open net. That's your overtime winner. This time Seneca didn't look off Kreider this time. He actually passed it to Kreider. So the win in overtime, and that was Kreider's 20th goal of the year. So that's a 3rd player to now get 20 goals this season. And now Beckett Seneca's 29th assist. And now that is a franchise tying comeback win from multi-goals again. So that was 9 multi-goal comebacks for the Ducks this year.
Wow.
I'm just waiting for Adam to hit the thing. We'll go into the stats. Ducks did outshoot them 40-33. We did lose on the faceoffs, but they were a lot closer this time. It was 53-47. Ducks were 1 for 2 on the power play, while Winnipeg was 1 for 4. Ducks should have had a lot more power plays than this one. Hits 23-14 for in favor of Anaheim. 15 block shots for us, only 6 for them. Each team had 13 giveaways. Ducks had 8 takeaways to Winnipeg's 4. And right now, the Ducks have won the season series 2 games to none right now. But the next game is on March 10th, and that one will be in Winnipeg. And then there are 3 stars of the game. Number 3 is Beckett Seneca with the 3 assists as the number 3. Ryan Poehling with almost the game-winning goal, but then Kyle Connor had to ruin it. But he gets the 2nd star with the 1 goal, and then Chris Kreider with your overtime winner is your number 1 star. And that will be it for the game recaps.
So, we are doing a much better job of predicting wins.
Yeah.
You are now 6 games over 500 at 31-25.
Yeah.
And I'm only 2 games under 500. I was like 10 games under there for a while. I'm at 28-30.
Yeah, you were.
So maybe just predicting them to lose would be a good way to go for the rest of the season. I'll probably at least win more than I lose.
Yeah.
I mean, they look awful. It's just, it's awful.
Yeah.
And I got a coworker named Steve. He used to be on the team I'm on, and now he's on the AM team. And he just walks in. He goes, "When are we going to fire Hiller?" And I go, "How about today?"
Join the club. All right, so
it's not working. I don't know. Is Adam coming on?
I sent him the link, so we'll see. But we can do it. We can go to game predictions while we're waiting.
Okay.
All right,
so you want
I'll
me to
start
go first? Okay.
No, I'll start. So tomorrow, Ducks are hosting the Calgary Flames, and I'm going to predict a 4-1 win. And I know we've struggled against the Flames, but I have a good feeling about this one. And then on Tuesday, the Ducks will host the Avalanche, and this one I feel like is going to go as planned. I'm predicting a 4-2 loss in this one. And then on Wednesday, the Ducks are hosting the New York Islanders, and this will be the last game before the trade deadline ends. I'm predicting a 5-3 win. I think we're gonna come back with vengeance on the Islanders. They took care of us in New York. I feel like we'll take care of them at home. So I'm predicting a 5-3 win. And then on Friday, this game is after the trade deadline is over. They play against the Canadiens, and I'm predicting a 6-4 win. And I'm saying we're going to get chicken for the last 2 games of the week.
You're going to get chicken?
Yeah, because if the Ducks score 5 goals at home, we get chicken. I think they have to win, too.
So what did you predict on the Canadiens?
A 6-4 win.
I forgot to write that down. Okay, so I'm going to go to my games. And all except for the Islanders, we're going to tire out the team for you, hopefully. Today, the Kings play the Flames. I have a 4-3 Flames win. And then Monday, we play against the Avalanche. I have that a 6-2 loss. And then Thursday, we play the Islanders, and I have a 5-4 loss. I can't believe that this team can be a playoff team. And one thing I am is beautifully, or not beautifully, I'm honest.
Yeah. So Mom says, should we do a trade or stay the way we are? For the Ducks, I'm saying if we do go out, because I'm gonna say this, it's better to maybe trade for someone that has. I don't want to buy a rental. I don't want the Ducks to go get a rental player. If they're going to trade, I want someone that's going to stay on the team for at least this year, next year. Oh, great. Here we go. Oh, geez.
Oh, my
the
God.
Belt and everything.
Oh, I'm enjoying those Canadian tears, boys. The captain of chaos has to do something around here with that championship.
All right. So my mom asked, should the Ducks trade or stay the way we are? What do you think, Adam?
I mean, who are we going to trade for? I mean, if we pick up pick up Robertson, maybe he could help out. I mean, pick up maybe another little bit more offensive defenseman, kind of that two-way defenseman going back and forth, someone that can play that 200-foot game and cover both ends of the ice. But I mean, really, who's out there on the market that we want to pick up for one of those roles?
So for defense, I already had someone in mind, someone who actually wanted the Ducks to sign in the offseason, but he went to Nashville, and that'd be Nick Perbix from with Nashville. Right-handed shot. I think he'd pair well with Lacombe on the top line.
Yeah.
So you're not making a really Robertson's a huge move. And I mean, who wouldn't want Robertson? To be honest with you, who wouldn't want Robertson?
Yeah.
But you guys need to be tougher on defense, and I think that's what Cody's thinking about, right, Cody?
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't mind someone on the forwards too, just to add extra depth. I mean, we have the cap space. I just don't want rentals. That's the one thing I'm worried about. I don't want us trading our first round pick for a rental. If we're going to trade our first round pick, let's get someone that's going to be on the team for 2 to 3 years after this.
Well, I mean, that's why I kind of want Robertson, we can pick up that, get him a little bit more of a long-term contract because we have the cap space to bring him in. But he also plays a good 200-foot game as well. Like, he'll help out on the defense. He always back checks. He likes starting plays. So Robertson would definitely be a good pickup. But I do agree, we do kind of need to maybe pick up more of a kind of a defensive defenseman. I
Yeah.
mean, I love Gudis, I love Truba, but when it comes down to it, like they really just kind of, stand there in the defensive zone. Like you need to be the one, getting guys out of front of the net, because that's one of Dosal's problems is we have too many people in front of the net.
A lot of deflection and tip goals that are going in. That's what's hurting us the most. My mom says, I think stay as I think she says we want to stay as we're in a good groove. Don't mess up the chemistry. No, I get that, but if we're gonna go for forwards, I want us to get like Kyrou or Thomas from St. Louis.
Yeah,
so
but
I think that would be.
What are you going to give up for that though?
See,
yeah,
but those are players that are worth spending on because they're gonna help long term, and they're in their prime and at a good age. Kyrou and Thomas from St. Louis.
Okay, so now that you talk about that, because I kind of agree with your mom. You guys have great chemistry. Who are you willing make a reasonable trade that both teams would do? Can you do that?
I would do. Okay, so for Thomas, it's going to be a lot heavier. For Kyrou, I think it's not going to be as much. So for Kyrou, I would do. I think I'll probably add either one of Zellweger or Minchikov. Now, I would do, and I hate to say this, if you did go get Thomas, I would do this year Roger McQueen and Solberg to go get Thomas. I'm going to take to go get Thomas. Kyrie's going to be a little bit cheaper. Probably like Solberg and a first-round pick or something like that just to get him. But Thomas is going to be harder to get. Go for it.
Okay, Adam, let's hear your ideas. I'm obviously either one of those trades. If I'm St. Louis, I want just a little bit more.
Mine's a little bit more off the wall.
Well, we know that already, Adam.
Well, he actually showed what he's capable of in the Olympics. And I'm just going to go ahead and start off with what I would give up for him. And I'm kind of thinking a Owen Zellweger, maybe a Tristan Luneau, probably a second-round pick just because of, you got to throw in that little extra for him. But why don't they give up that and go after Werenski in Columbus? Because he's not that happy in Columbus with the way that team's playing. And what in the Olympics, he's a force to be reckoned with if you actually have a team around him. And I think the Ducks have that team that could make him prosper.
Well, I'm going to be honest with that. That's not enough if I'm Columbus. No, you're talking about top three defensemen in the NHL.
Well, that's why I said, starting off with a second-round pick. I mean, obviously.
Okay, how about this?
Zellweger and Luneau, nothing close to him, and a second-round pick. No, I wouldn't make that trade if I was Columbus.
Now,
I'm just being
this?
I'm honest. That's an honest
How about
thing.
this?
I mean, you're stealing that player. You guys both gave trades. You're stealing them. And these other general managers aren't stupid. So you have to be real of what you're going to trade.
How about this? For Werenski, because he's a left shot, I would do, how about this? Lacombe, a first, and McQueen.
Oh, that's more reasonable, I think.
Because
honestly, I would
you're pretty much replacing Lacombe with Werenski.
Yeah, but I would probably give up Solberg instead of McQueen to start off with. At least my first offer would probably be Lacombe.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I think McQueen is a stronger prospect than Solberg.
I mean,
I think he has a higher value.
Well, because originally I was thinking that I would give up like Zellweger, a second-round pick, and Damian Clara. But, I mean, you got Elvis there in Columbus, so, they don't need...
No, actually, that's not a bad idea, because Clara, he's not going to be up in the NHL this year or next year.
Your mom says no.
Okay. I'm sorry. As much as I would love to see McQueen be a Duck for his whole career, but if you can get someone like Robert Thomas or Zach Werenski on your team, you make that trade in a heartbeat with McQueen. I'm sorry. Like Zach Werenski is a top 3 defenseman. Robert Thomas is a very good, like top 2 center. Like he's either number 1 or number 2, and that's someone you'd love to see as your number 2 center. If he's your number 2, then you're going places.
But at the same time, I mean, I'm not going to give the farm to go after him. Like, I don't want to give up, Zellweger, or even if we gave up Mantukov, like, I don't want to give them everything to start off with. Like, I would start off with Zellweger. Like I said, I was originally thinking Damian Clara. I mean, because that's obviously a top name prospect that showed off what he could do at the Olympics, even though he got shelled. But then that's when you throw in like a number 2 pick. Maybe to sweeten that pot a little bit better, you give him a number 1 pick.
I mean, actually, I didn't even think about Clara because that would be a good person to send to St. Louis with their goaltending problems.
Yeah, St. Louis would be.
Bennington,
Canada's goalie isn't good enough.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you add another goalie in there for the future,
he played all but 1 game. I still can't understand why Logan Thompson, who has much better stats than any of the almost any of the goalkeepers that between USA and Canada, and he played 1 game.
I will say this: Bennington is a different goalie when he has Canadian jersey on. I don't know what it is, but he does play a lot better.
Well, it's the same thing with Bennington on that as well, though. He did great during the Olympics. He did great during the 4 Nations. Like, you put him on that big level game, he turns into a different goaltender. Like what we saw in even the 4 Nations and the Olympics with Bennington is what you see when St. Louis gets to the playoffs. The problem is St. Louis doesn't get to the playoffs, and he doesn't want to play at that elite level all season long.
He doesn't want to play?
No, I'm not saying he doesn't want to play, but he doesn't turn on to that next level until it turns into those big level games.
I know, like you said, he does not want. I think he probably wants to. He just doesn't. And
it's still a choice, though. I mean, yes, you do get into a point where you get into slumps, but if he actually wanted to step up his game and be that elite goaltender that he can be in the big games, St. Louis would be a little bit more, into some of the games that they're playing with instead of losing 4-1, 4-2.
Yeah, well,
he was closer.
I agree with you. I totally agree that. I mean, he seems to turn it on when it's involving the country instead of just his team. But I mean, even Hellebuyck, look at it. I mean, his stats weren't that great this year. Hasn't been. And he stepped it up.
Yeah, he stepped it up big.
but the women's goalies made everybody else look sad. They only gave up 2 goals the whole tournament.
She faced 99 shots and gave up 2 goals. Like, you couldn't just give her 1 more shot. Just make it an even 100.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I really don't know if any of those trades the other teams would take. And I sort of agree with your mom. Why do that now when you could possibly do it in the off season and it doesn't change your chemistry? Because you can get a new chemistry through camp and, the preseason games and pick up somebody like one of those players possibly.
Okay. Now here's the thing. I get about disrupting chemistry, but I mean, I'm going to be straight up honest. The Ducks aren't winning the Stanley Cup this year unless something magically happens. But why not add a superstar like Werenski, Thomas, or Kyrou to the team now? They see how they play with 20 games left in postseason, see how they play, and you're like, okay, now you give them more time to play with each other than just trying to jam them into an offseason where it's different. At least you can get a visual of what's going on and see if they gel right away. And especially
even if you want to talk about chemistry, I mean, if we were going to pull in Robertson from Dallas, I mean, just to change up the chemistry to hopefully get a better environment. I mean, hell, I would go McTavish, Zellweger in a second round to get, chemistry better.
Now you're
Yeah.
talking. That is the first trade I would even think about.
But
But you guys have
you know-
mentioned. You guys were robbing the other team with those other
Okay.
things
I
you were actually giving them a much better player to start with. Now,
How about this?
Brzezinski would, I can tell you, if I was you guys, Brzezinski would be the first one I'd take.
No, I
How
would
about this?
absolutely take.
I would get
Gretzky
him
first too,
over
but-
even Robertson. Robertson would be the next. I don't think Thomas or Kyrou are even in some of with a top other centers in the league. I mean, they're good. They're really good. They probably help your team. But I think Brzezinski or Robertson, wow, that elevates the talent quite a bit. But then
I have an idea for Robertson.
Let's hear it.
You trade Granlund, a first, and Zellweger for Robertson. Because
I'd rather give up McTavish. I mean, look at McTavish.
Now here's the thing.
Some days he's doing great, some days he's not. But his attitude, brings down the play on the ice. Like I would get rid of McTavish for chemistry over trying to give him a much better talent on the trade roster. I mean, yes, he is a great talent, but his attitude on the ice is why I want McTavish gone. Like, well, I mean, if he can actually play and, do what he does instead of throwing fits, every 3 or 4 games, get rid of him. Let's get someone else in there, try to get better chemistry going.
So you guys are talking about your team. I'm sitting here with another team, and I totally agree with Adam. I think McTavish, he's young. So now there's a future, a much longer future than Granlund. Granlund's an older player. And
you didn't let me like tell you why I made the trade. That asked for that.
Okay.
One,
tell us.
Dallas wanted to re-sign Granlund. They just didn't have the money. Think about all the Finnish players that are playing in Dallas. Rantanen, Heiskanen, Lundell. You got a whole stack of Finnish players over there. And I know Granlund wanted to go back there and Dallas wanted him back. So I think he fit there.
No, he does. He absolutely does. But he also came to Anaheim and turned around his game. Like he's not only turned around his game in Anaheim, but he's turned around Anaheim as well. He's earned his spot, in my opinion, better than McTavish has. And McTavish was drafted by us. He's brought up into the system. He should be all in as it is now. But McTavish is only all in maybe once, twice a week. You need to be all in, bought in all the time, every game, and not just when you pick and choose. That's why I would rather send McTavish over to Dallas instead of sending Granlund back.
Well, I just think a younger player that really hasn't reached their peak yet, that could be there for a long time, would be better than an older player they already know, who he played well there, but he has definitely played better in Anaheim than he did in Dallas last year.
Yeah.
I mean, if Granlund goes back to Dallas, it's going to be a sentimental trade. Like, obviously, if we give up Granlund, they're going to expect us to give up McQueen as well. Where at least we try to go with a younger core and we give him, say, McTavish and, say Zellweger, they have a younger future than Robertson does. And instead of you giving them Granlund, which is on the downhill of his career. But if we tried to make that trade for Robertson in Dallas, and we give him back Granlund, we're going to have to give up, McQueen. I think that's a minimum.
Even with McTavish and Zellweger, I think you're going to have to give at least a 2nd or 3rd round pick too.
Honestly, just to get the trade done, I would give up McTavish. I would give up either Zellweger. I'd prefer to keep, Menchukov, but I would give up either Menti or Zelly. And then, honestly, I would throw out a number 1 draft pick just to make sure it happens.
Okay, now you're talking.
Now
you guys are being real.
But that's just me trying to get rid of. But that's just me trying to get rid of McTavish.
Well,
so now would you same trade for Robert Thomas or Kyrou?
No.
Like, so say Robertson doesn't want to leave Dallas.
Okay, I would give up McTavish and Zellweger, and then at that point, probably a third round,
Clara.
maybe a fourth round. No, I wouldn't even throw Clara in
Now,
there.
would
I'd
you
give
do
him
McTavish, Clara in a second for Thomas?
probably a third.
Because Thomas is so not Clara.
I mean, I could do the Clara in with that trade, but with Clara being a top level prospect, McTavish having the ability to step his game up, I wouldn't give him anything higher than the third round.
Yeah. But we have breaking news for the Kings right now, Dad. Forward Andre Kumiko underwent successful surgery to repair a torn meniscus and has been placed on IR. He is listed as week to week. And defenseman Angus Booth has been recalled from the Reign.
Oh, we're going to bring up a young guy. I like it.
How are you week to week on a meniscus surgery?
On a torn meniscus.
Well, I know you're not week to week on
that's from the King. It's from the LA Kings Twitter, so it's their post.
What you have to realize, week to week means it's probably going to be a minimum of 3 to 4 weeks, probably more like 6.
He'll be back like beginning of April.
If he's lucky.
I'm just saying, if he is, there have been people who have come back pretty quick from a meniscus surgery, and others that don't. So it's all speculative right there.
So with this, there's only one player you can really, the Kings, I feel like, can really trade away right now to maybe get anything back right now is Corey Perry. He's the only one that's on an expiring deal now. Unless you trade Kopitar.
You know what? They're not going to do that. He's going to get a statue. They're not going to do that. They're not going to trade Doughty either. They're going to play out their careers. The only
way they're leaving is if they force their way out.
Yeah, and that could happen. I could see.
But what about Corey Perry?
I don't have a problem trading Corey Perry.
Yeah.
I mean,
I could see someone picking him up.
What I can say is, are we even going to be able to sign him if we could get something for him that's decent? I mean,
yeah,
maybe a middle 6. Maybe
it'll
probably going to be probably a third line player, maybe. But
third or fourth liner, yeah.
What do you? I mean, they need a lot more than that.
Well, because outside of injuries, where's he at right now? Is he second or third line?
With the Kings, he's probably first line because everybody else sucks.
No, it was Panarin, Kempe, and Laferriere, Kopitar, Byfield. I thought it was Kuzmenko, but now he's out. I don't know who played with him. Maybe Armia. He's playing probably third or fourth line, but he plays on the power play. I mean, because he's good in front of the net and he pisses people off. I mean,
he's been pissing people off since what, 2006?
When did he get drafted?
That too. I meant in the NHL. But all right. So Adam, you wanted to come on and talk Olympics.
I was just bragging about our boys.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I wanted to kind of be a part of that. Like, it was obviously me being a veteran, it means a lot to me to see the U.S. hockey team, especially since I play hockey as well. And I mean, I think that game added probably 20 years of stress onto my heart. So we'll see how well that goes. But yeah, I mean, it was.
Did you hear what I said earlier? When I was watching the game, I was like this, like this. I thought I was gonna end up looking like my dad by the end of the game.
Oh, I was on the edge of my recliner.
I don't think I've ever pulled my hair like so much watching the game.
Yeah, I definitely had a lot of choice words during that game that we can't repeat on this podcast.
I had to be very quiet because my wife was still asleep, and if I would have woke her up, I wouldn't be here.
I was lucky. Mine made me wake her up to watch the game, but she didn't come in until the second period, so I had to be quiet for the first period.
Yeah. I set my alarm. I woke up at 5 and I just walked into the office and I closed the door.
It's the benefit of me working overnights. I was already awake.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's just every.
I'm normally up at 5 o'clock on work days anyway, so it's not unusual.
It's not too crazy for you, but
Well,
no, I mean, it was. Go ahead,
Go
Gary.
ahead, Adam. No, you go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it was a great Olympics. They had a lot of really good games. I mean, who really thought Slovakia would have done what they did? I mean, they had a chance to almost take out Canada and even Czechia, but obviously Czechia had the biggest chance because of Dostal, back there in net. But overall, I mean, I think bringing the NHL players back to the Olympics was great for it. I mean, I feel bad for
Czechia having 6 guys on the ice. That helped.
I mean, it really didn't. If you look at it, the play was developed before. It's not like all 6 players were in the offensive zone, working the puck.
Yeah. No. Okay. Now I got a question for you guys. Now there's 6 players on the ice and everything during that goal. Do you know how the plus minus works for that?
No, I don't.
If there's a mistake on the ice where they had the 6 players on the ice, obviously for the goal, just give it to everybody. I mean, you can't really you can't really penalize.
So are you talking on it? Are you talking on the both sides? So do all 6 players get a +1 if they score a goal?
So I mean, so here's
the answer, so give it to us.
I do know that. So here's the answer. The last person on does not get a plus. So the 6th guy that came on, or the last guy, he's the only one that doesn't get a plus on the goal.
I can see that.
That was the official ruling. I think it was Jeff Merrick. That's one thing I love about listening to Jeff Merrick's show, is just because he always thinks about what if they did this, what if they did that, and then he kind of knows the rules. And I do like his out of the box thinking that he does, and it really helps.
Yeah, I've missed that on 32 Thoughts. I mean, not that the other guy doesn't do a good job. Was it Kyle? I think he does a good job with Elliot on that. But Elliot and Jeff were just incredible.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But I do like listening to the Jeff Merrick show, the sheet and everything. I just like his out of the box thinking. It really really gets you thinking about other things in the game too. But what else did you want to go over about the game?
Well, it was Destiny, Adam. By the way, guys. Destiny.
Destiny. I can believe it. I mean, well, you think about it. I mean, it was 46 years to the day that the Miracle on Ice happened. And honestly, as soon as I saw the teams warming up and I saw Canada in red and the USA in white, and I was like, oh, here we go again.
I thought the exact same thing. I was like, I was going to say the Miracle 2.0 in progress.
Well, I mean,
that's what I was thinking.
It was a perfect setting too, because Canada was the bigger, badder team, kind of like the Soviets were. But it's like you had red jerseys, for the Canada and Soviet Union. You had the US and their white jerseys. Plus, it was the throwback that to look like the Miracle on Ice jerseys. Yeah, it was all kind of aligned for this in there for us to get it.
So how do you guys actually know who USA played in 1980?
For the gold medal game?
For what?
Yeah.
Finland.
Was it Sweden or Finland?
It was
Sweden.
It was Finland.
It was Finland.
They were
Sweden,
and they were down and then just dominated the 3rd period and won.
Well, it was just like their entire tournament. They kept coming back from behind, in 80. It seems like I don't even know if there was a game they weren't behind in 1980.
What's funny is Cody and I were talking about when in the semis, and I told him I'm glad we're not playing Finland. I'd rather play Slovakia than Finland any day. Finland, I mean, God, what are they won a game 11-0. They beat Sweden.
Yeah, they dominated Sweden. Well, they
dominated
Italy.
Sweden.
They beat Italy 11-0. Okay, let's not
I don't
get
care.
too
11-0. USA didn't beat them 11-0
because USA didn't play Italy.
Oh, that was in the women's, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, and also we also had a 3rd generational or third generation gold medalist for USA Hockey.
That
With
was
Brock
I
Nelson.
thought that was great. Yeah, his grandfather in 60, his uncle in 80, and then here he is. So what was the meme going around, Cody, that his son has to win it in 2046 or something?
Yeah. That's what it was. Yep.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be more.
2046. That's 20 years away. Hopefully his son makes the NHL. How old is his son? Does he have one yet?
His son's very young. I want to say his son is
Three or four?
two or three.
Two or
Okay, so
three, yeah.
he's in his early 20s.
Yeah. But I mean,
No,
even
I said
I was going to say, I think the best part of at least that gold medal game, I mean, it was finally actually seeing Connor Hellebuck step up. I mean, that game should have been far worse if, I mean, Hellebuck didn't show up. And I'll go ahead and say the little controversial part of, I think we had, the spirit of Goudreau out there, pushing
absolutely.
around and, just knocking a couple of those pucks away to help us, because I mean,
especially that Nathan McKinnon wide open net one.
How many times do you see McKinnon?
That was Johnny's stick is deflected. Johnny in spirit deflected it away.
But yeah, I mean, everything just seemed to align to, make it work out. I mean, Connor Hellebuck stood on his head, and I mean, I think he had not even just in the Olympics, in the NHL, the save of the decade for now. I mean, especially, for that save that he made, it definitely won them the game. It definitely helped him win the game.
When you look at a play like that, in the microseconds it all happens, everything has to go right for him to make that save.
Oh, yeah.
Everything has to be right.
Because all Taves had to do was even just push it into the net, and it would have gone under his stick. But the fact that Taves, got elevation on that puck, throws it right into Hellebuck's stick, and, just gets the right angle to squeak, behind him and, away from the net. Yeah, everything had to align to make that save perfect, and thankfully it did for us.
What a great picture that is, too. Like,
so you have to think about it. Do you think Taves wakes up screaming, "Oh no, I missed it again"? How did he save that?
I think McKinnon has nightmares more than Taves does. I mean, at least Taves has the excuse that Hellebuck got the stick on it. Like, it wasn't like McKinnon where he just fanned on a wide open shot.
Happens to the best of them, unfortunately.
Yeah, it happens to the worst of us too.
This one's my favorite, Adam.
That's a new one. I haven't seen that one yet. That one's good. I like that one.
He got challenged about, and he did touch the stone a second time, which is illegal in the Olympics.
Yeah.
He had words like you were talking about earlier, Adam, when you first came on.
I expect that.
I mean, it was very much cussing. He was cussing up a storm. I mean, but he did it. Just take it like a man.
I expect that attitude from the Americans. I didn't expect it from the Canadians.
I mean, he should have taken it like a man and just admitted it. I mean, they didn't do anything about it anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing changed from it.
I don't know. Do they not have video review in curling? I mean, I love to watch curling. That is the strategy that happens in there. It's incredible.
I watched so much of it at this Olympics. I can wait to watch it for 4 years. Seemed like every time I turned on my TV, there was curling going on.
I just find it interesting. I didn't even think I'd like it. And in the last two or three Olympics, totally got into watching it. It's one of my favorites, like watching the hockey, so.
Well, because the funny thing is too, it's like especially like with us being a hockey podcast, like, and me being a hockey player, like we're set at a certain level of how everything should be. We want the flattest ice possible. We want everything to be a nice, smooth surface. But if you've ever seen like a curling rink, it's the only way I can really describe it is it's almost like miniature pebbles that like are all over the ice, kind of like like stucco on a wall. And what the broom is doing is, the broom kind of smooths that out so that way they can manipulate the way it goes. So it's weird to think that they're playing on, the roughest surface they can, where hockey wants the smoothest, surface we can get.
Yeah.
It's just the strategy that's used. There was like 2 or 3 times where the one team was dominating and then the other team comes in and just wiped everything out, like 4 or 5 different stones out of the way, and then they end up winning the end. I guess this is what
they call it an
right.
end.
I mean, there was one time when USA was getting totally dominated. The final girl made this play, boom, boom. Our stone gets closer. We get a point. They had 4 points if she would have missed.
Yeah.
And she took out all of those stones. Ours was closest. We got a point. I mean, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
And when you miss, boy, does it hurt.
It's funny to think that such a slow sport was so intense.
It was very intense. And I never thought, I remember as a kid, I never, or not as a kid, because I don't think they did it when I was a kid. But, the first couple of Olympics when it was on, I go, curling? What the hell's that?
Yeah.
So
I know it was the former Rams quarterback Mark Bulger started his own little NFL retired player team. I forgot who else was on it, but his own curling team. But we do have a couple of questions. More Ducks questions. This one he submitted last week, but we were already done with the podcast. He put, "Why is Strome still on the team?" And honestly, especially after last night, I forgot to mention Troy Terry did not play last night. He was he had an upper body injury, so the Ducks played 11-7 with Ian Moore playing forward when Ryan Strome is available. So I don't know what Strome did with Coach Q or whatnot, but is Strome a Duck by the end of the year or starting next year?
Trade deadline, Fogle for Strome. Does it hurt either team? I don't think so. You think about it. I mean, Fogle finally played. He's been benched a while.
Yeah,
he hasn't been. I mean,
we got Harkins, Johnston, and Washy playing over Strome, and Ian Moore was playing forward, and Strome is still up, being healthy scratched. So I don't know why. I just have a feeling he's going to be traded this deadline, and maybe just get more of a depth forward. Because if you're not going to play him when he's fully healthy and you lose Terry and then you go 11-7, there's something up with that.
Yeah, he could be, just slumping worse than usual, and Q is sitting him out to either let him work on it at practice or at the same time they could just be keeping him healthy for the trade deadline to get him out of here.
Yeah, just the thing that has me baffled is I don't think he's played bad. I feel like he's actually played better this year than years past. He may not be getting the points, but he's making better plays when on the ice this year than he has in years past.
Yeah, but I mean, even though Coach Q will let the boys play and figure out their own mistakes, I mean the points are still a factor. If you can go out there and take 40 shots a game, but if none of them go in for 2 weeks, what's the point of putting you out there?
I mean, Harkins isn't putting up points and stuff like that. But I know comparing Harkins and Strome is stupid, but Harkins is playing more. I like Harkins' game, so I'm not going to complain about him getting more time. But because I do like what Harkins brings on the fourth line and stuff like that. But I feel like if you put Strome in there, he could probably do the exact same thing because he does play that similar style. But Harkins, and I think he's a better.
Harkins has actually proved himself in the grit of working.
What?
I just saw Adam's. I didn't see this comment. I'm as pretty as a garden gnome. I know that. Oh God, I love that, Adam. That was great.
That was
only
like an
45
hour
minutes ago,
ago.
Gary.
I know, but I didn't notice that one. I just started
Oh,
going.
gee.
Well, you guys were talking. I was looking, seeing if there's anything new, and then I saw that, and I go, I missed that. I wish we just
Cody,
that when it
Cody
happened.
even put it up on the screen.
Yeah.
I might have turned my head. I did not notice that. Oh, that's awesome.
Well, as I was saying, Harkins has proven his grit to be on that fourth line. He, has the toughness to be on a checking line. He grinds it out. He plays that, he almost almost plays a 200-foot game like most centers could play, where he'll get back, he'll back check, he'll get nitty gritty in the corners and along the boards if he needs to. But I just don't see that out of Strome.
Yeah. All right.
Like
Next question. Oh,
Well, I was going to say, like, Strome seems like he's just kind of lazy on the back check. Like, he doesn't, if you're not in the offensive zone, he doesn't really care to make that effort to get back.
yeah.
So,
And then similar question, just different player. Is what should the Ducks do with Frank Vetrano? So Frank Vetrano's been on a personal leave because his brother passed away this last week. I forgot to mention. That's what I forgot to also put in the notes. I think he had. I want to say it was a brain cancer. Passed away this week. So that's why Frank Vetrano. He's healthy.
But with something like that, I think we need to just kind of let it be. Let him work.
Frank Vetrano, I wouldn't be surprised if he's not.
Cody, you're freezing. You're freezing a couple times.
You're turning robotic.
Yeah.
As he freezes, as we tell him.
You're quit staring at me like that. No.
There, is he back?
He moved
briefly.
I was having issues where my now he's in slow motion.
No, you're in slow motion.
Oh, that's funny.
Your audio is great, but you're in slow motion.
Is that better? Is this better?
That's working.
I don't know what's going on. Well, I was going slow, but I'm like, wait, is it me or is it? All right.
So it's been a really bad week. Thanks, guys, for making me laugh a lot today.
Oh yeah, this was a complete shit.
I mean, it's just that. That was awesome. I mean, that Adam, your comment, I just loved it.
I mean, you're telling me that
we'll look at all the good talent we have on the goals. I know I got to do a goals report soon.
Yeah, we haven't really done anything in the AHL here lately. Maybe we'll put that on the card for next week because we're really approaching 2 hours right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those were all the questions we had, Cody.
Well, yeah, it's what the Ducks should do with Frank Vetrano. I wouldn't be surprised if, Strome and Vetrano are no longer Ducks before next season.
Yeah, I mean, Vetrano, honestly, there's a potential that he could be gone at the end of the season. But, I mean, with the unfortunate event of him losing his brother, I think they're just going to kind of let him be and work through his grief at the moment. And then worst case scenario, probably just move him out at the end of the year. There's no reason to make his life even worse now that, hey, unfortunately, you just lost your brother, but also we need you to pack up your stuff and go to another team.
Yeah.
That would be a slap in the face, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the Ducks are more classy than that.
I would like to think so.
I would like to think so too. But that's what I'm saying. Strome, I could see being traded at the deadline. If not, then for sure before in the off season. Frank Vetrano, I think, is more of an off season trade.
Yeah, definitely.
But how about this? If it is in the season trade, I think Vetrano's going to have what they call what Ryan O'Reilly has is like the phantom no trade clause kind of thing, where they'll only trade him if he says yes, but in the off season, no, yeah, just you're going here no matter what, kind of thing.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see them ask him if he wants to go.
Vetrano for Fogle. I'm trying to get rid of Fogel right now.
I would rather
I
keep
could-
the Toronto than Fogel.
One thing
I'd rather
Fogel does
Fogel.
have is he has that grit and that bat. I was going to say something earlier. It's just like soccer. You have to win the 50-50 balls to be a good team. You have to back check and check in hockey. And if you don't do that, you're probably not going to play for long unless you're like a guy like Ovechkin who scores 900 goals.
Yeah.
You know, or you have all the assists in your offense makes up the difference. But then again, every team that has everybody doing that, usually they're winning playoff games, and you know, only one can win a Stanley Cup. But most of those Stanley Cup teams are. I mean, Florida was very good at checking.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you have
But
Bennett,
I know-
Marchand, and
now we-
Kachuk.
Well, now we have two nicknames for Adam. You know, Captain Chaos and Adam the Gnome Bro.
The dome.
We need good nicknames like that. You come on, Adam. You get all the good nicknames.
I'll stick with Captain Chaos.
Yeah,
It
I don't
does-
blame you on that one.
That does fit you, but I just thought I'd throw the other one out for fun. You always would be Captain Chaos to me. So, anyways,
Same time. Before we go, I do want to show this picture. So Adam did make us shirts. So I'm gonna show, and this is
Hey,
what
Adam.
we.
did you notice the hat?
Yep, I see you
So
still
he-
wearing the hat.
So at the watch party, Adam brought the shirts, as you can see. My dad got number 21 because that's his number. He has Royally on it. And Adam was smart, and he did it in the fonts of the team. So you see his with the Chaos number 32, and I'm quacked with because my number's 12. So
And
Yes.
I'm the only one wearing my shirt today.
I'm
Well,
wearing
I
my-
came in with the over the top American look to start with. To have
Well, I don't
fun,
have
so.
one.
I
maybe
need to
I
get
need to-
one.
I need to get that added to my repertoire because obviously I'm big USA. Big USA.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cody knows this one.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Where is it?
Hendrix?
I even have the. Yep. Even came with a patch on it.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Is that
So
the
even-
Conway?
even
is that Conway?
Yeah, of course it's Conway.
Nice.
But yeah, so even though I came into my USA gear, I came into my USA Ducks gear.
That's all right. That's good.
All right, so Adam, before we get out, you want to say anything about Patriots hockey, or do you want to get Andrea on here to talk about Patriots hockey?
Actually, I think she's on a phone call dealing with Patriots hockey right now. But
Okay.
right now, not at the moment. I probably might have something for you guys next week, though.
Next week.
So
Because I know
chances are-
the state classy got announced. I saw.
Adam, so you already know we're probably gonna be later in the day next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works out for
I-
me. I mean, I was late
I-
today, so
I volunteered for the senior volleyball to officiate it like 5 months ago and forgot all about it until 2 weeks ago when I got reminded that I volunteered for it.
but isn't that group too young for you too?
No.
Same age.
That's what you get for the
believe
garden
it,
gnome
believe it or
comment.
not. I mean, I think there are a few of them younger, but I get around a lot better than most of them.
I was just getting you back for the garden gnome comment.
I didn't make that comment. You did. How
You
can
made the
blame me?
nickname.
Oh no! I just had to throw it out to make us laugh a little bit more. 'Cause I don't know. Maybe you had a good week. We both had rough weeks, and just laughing is healthy. I think
Oh, yeah.
laughing is healthy. So, getting a good laugh, having you on, it was. I'm glad you came on. I thought you weren't going to. I was gonna. Oh, he's not gonna come on. It's disappointed because you always make it fun, Adam. You always
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I
It's
would say
always
you and Kevin really always help the chat a lot.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Even if-
remember where.
I don't totally agree with everything you say. It's all good stuff.
Oh no, I was asleep last week. I had a sinus infection and an ear infection, so I was kind of in and out
Oh.
sleeping last week, which is why I wasn't there.
Oh,
No,
And then of course today I just spazzed out on what day it was, and I was like, "Oh, the podcast is on."
Yeah, well,
Darn.
we'll give you a solid pass for last week because obviously you're not feeling good. You probably were losing sleep and you needed to sleep.
Yeah.
So
Next week, if you have any, you can always just text it to me and I'll put it on the podcast for you guys. I have no problem doing that for you guys. The State Classy is what I want to say July 31st through August 2nd.
Yeah.
Okay,
July
that's what I thought.
31st.
So what is the 31st? What day is that?
Friday.
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
So I'm gonna have to ask that Friday off.
Yeah,
Oh,
I should have
and-
no problem getting that day off.
You guys might be able to work a partial day if you wanted to, because I believe we don't start Classy until like 5 in the evening.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, you could go to work for like half a day, and then
where is it at?
it's in Mira Mesa. It's off the 15 freeway, kind of right before you get to towards
I know what the area you're talking
Miramar.
Oh,
Miramar.
I know exactly where that's at. Also, want to, if you didn't know, Cody,
I know it's your anniversary that day.
yeah, you're going to come with us. You're going to have fun at that. We had so much fun at that golf tournament. I mean, I was so nervous that it was going to be weird, but I had so much fun.
I'm more prepared for the mic situation this year. I'm more prepared. I got wireless mics, especially since a certain someone
shut up,
royally spiled does not know how to work a mic.
I was gonna say, did you just get a mic stand?
No, I got wireless ones, so each person can have their own mic. So it's not my dad going, so which team do you support? And then he looks and asks him, and he saw the mic in front of him instead of.
You're not making any points with the old man right now, kid.
Hey, as long as I make points with mom, I'm safe.
But I was trying to say something. Your sister, brother-in-law, and niece and nephew are going to be coming out sometime in July.
Okay. Now you told me
maybe it might be early August. I'm not really sure. Okay. But if they all come, maybe we'll have some fan support with family there.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask for July 31st off. Anyways, I was gonna do it anyway.
You said those games start later,
our anniversary.
Right?
What? What's that?
On Friday we always start a little bit later.
Okay, yeah, 5 o'clock. I don't get off till 7:30. I guess I could leave early, but I'd have to leave to go to San Diego. It's gonna take me an hour, maybe 2 hours to get down there at that time of day on a Friday.
I mean, obviously the Friday traffic, you'll have to leave a little bit earlier, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to probably just ask for the day off.
Is Friday the main day we need to go, or is Saturday, Sunday better?
Probably.
Or do you want to get back to me on that?
It kind of varies. I mean, obviously, like a lot of people are there mingling, having a good time Friday night because, a lot of the same teams do this tournament every year because it's so much fun and we love it. So we usually kind of like reminisce and hang out and have, fun times on Friday. Saturday is usually a full day of tournament play where you get a lot of the teams together, and that's where a lot of the chaos happens on Saturday. And then Sunday, it's kind of a little bit of winding down because you're working into like getting into championships and stuff like that. But overall, I mean, the entire weekend is always a blast. It's so much fun to be there for the entire thing. And I mean, if you guys want to focus on certain days, I would probably say probably Saturday and Sunday. But, if you could be there for all 3 days, that'd be awesome as well.
Okay.
Well, we are a hockey family.
Yeah, and the Stay Classy tournament, it's such a different atmosphere. It's more of a smaller tournament, so you get a lot of the same people that come back every year. It's a lot of fun. Like you guys met Max at the golf tournament. Max has his team that's going to be there. A lot of the Patriots that you got to meet at the golf tournament, they're going to be there. We just won't be under the Patriots banner because we at one point the Patriots used to sponsor the tournament, so they didn't want to have a team in there as well. Plus, there was other issues that happened one year that I'm not allowed to mention, but I was not involved in that one. But yeah, so we don't have any Patriots teams in the tournament, but Patriots are always there, and we have a lot of people represent. Yeah, I'm playing. I have my own team. My team, name is actually Dim Bums. I took the Dodgers theme and made it into hockey.
Oh, I've seen those uniforms. I think when you and I were discussing jersey, you showed me those ones. I remember those.
Yeah, I showed you. That's where the place I showed you all the jersey designs is where I got mine through. So yeah,
So we ended up talking about Patriot hockey, anyways.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, my classy team, like we have it says Dim Bums across the chest, and it has the Dodger D for Dim, but then it has the Brooklyn B for Bums. So like I was kind of like, integrating the new with the old, and the only thing I think I want to change is the shell design that I used was Toronto's shell design. I might try to get away from that and make a better jersey design.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
because we still, in the 3 years that the Dim Bums have been a part of Classy, we still haven't won a championship yet. So I think I need to get rid of Toronto.
There you go.
Well, you should have realized that before the first year. Come on, Adam.
I was trying to bring better vibes to that style of jersey, but it's obviously not working out.
I could have told you that. But all right. Anything else, Adam, you want to add before we get out of here?
Nope.
Okay. Well, Dad, you have anything?
I'm good.
No. All right. Well, everyone, please don't forget to go follow Patriots Hockey on all social media. And like I said, ask for those days off, the July 31st through August 2nd. Go check out the Stay Classy tournament. We'll have more information of where everything's located and everything. I'll put that on social media. I'm pretty sure Andrea or you will send me something on Instagram, and I could post it on there too. And then everyone, please, if you're listening on the audio side, hit the download button. Don't forget to leave a rating review on Apple and Spotify. It would really help us out. Gets the podcast out there, more people will see it. Also if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And comment, tell us what you want the Ducks to do, who they should trade for, what kind of trades would you do. I know it's a little too late to put it ahead, but for next week, but at least we can see what kind of mock trades you guys can come up with. Why are you laughing at him?
Let us know how long you want to extend Hiller for as well.
Yeah, put that in the comments. Are you firing him or extending him, Kings fans?
Have you seen Frankenstein ever, Adam?
There's multiple variations, but yeah, I know the gist of it.
Well, the whole village is going to be after Hiller.
But all right, anyways, everyone, please go follow us on all social media. I know the Mighty Ducks Club has some watch parties coming up, so go follow the Mighty Ducks Club, and everything will be posted on there. There's like 3 different watch parties in 1 week in March. So, and then just next week we will have a later start time for the live. So just remember that. We'll let you.
It's probably going to be. It'd be in the afternoon, probably somewhere between 2 and 5.
Okay, that should be fine. I can do that.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Last year I was done by 2 o'clock.
Okay.
So
it's the one in Sun City, right?
Yeah. So I'm not.
So you're not far.
I'm not far from home, and it's serving our seniors, and it's always fun. I always have a good time. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, just remember, Dad, I'll let you start so me and Adam can finish strong on it.
Go Kings, go!
Quack, quack, quack.
Let's go Ducks and USA.
USA. USA.
USA. USA.